Imagine a time when ships had to sail for months around the southern tip of South America just to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. A time when global trade was grueling and slow. But what if there was a shortcut? A passageway that could cut weeks off the journey. This is the story of the Panama Canal, the feat of human ingenuity that reshaped global commerce and connected two mighty oceans. The following images in this video have been altered and generated using AI technology. They are not exact replicas of historical events or people, but are used to provide a visual representation of what the events may have looked like. These images are intended solely for illustrative purposes, to help bring the story to life. The dream of a shortcut through the Isthmus of Panama had been alive for centuries. As early as the 1500s, Spanish explorers fantasized about creating a path that could connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. However, the technology simply didn't exist at the time. Fast forward to the late 19th century, and the dream became a possibility, thanks to advances in engineering. The French, led by Ferdinand de Lesseps, the man who built the Suez Canal, attempted the project in 1881. But the thick jungle, treacherous terrain, and deadly diseases like malaria and yellow fever brought the French efforts to a standstill. By the early 20th century, the French had given up, but the United States saw an opportunity. In 1904, under President Theodore Roosevelt's leadership, the U.S. took over the project. It wasn't easy. Building the canal required intense excavation, cutting through mountains, and navigating dangerous rivers. But it wasn't just the physical landscape that was challenging. Disease was killing workers by the thousand, until an American doctor, William Gorgas, stepped in with measures to control mosquitoes, greatly reducing the spread of malaria and yellow fever. At the heart of the Panama Canal's success was the innovation of the lock system. Instead of digging a flat canal at sea level, engineers built a series of locks, giant water elevators that lifted ships 85 feet above sea level and then gently lowered them back down on the other side. This allowed ships to cross the mountainous terrain of the Panama Isthmus. It was a brilliant engineering solution, but also a massive logistical challenge. Workers had to dig, dynamite, and dredge their way through thick jungle and rock, day after day. After a decade of hard work, the Panama Canal was completed in 1914. When the first ship made its way from the Atlantic to the Pacific through the canal, the world watched in awe. Suddenly, global trade routes were forever changed. Canal cut the journey between New York and San Francisco by about 8,000 miles, transforming not just the shipping industry, but global geopolitics. Nations vied for control over this strategic waterway, understanding that whoever controlled the canal controlled a vital artery of world commerce. More than 100 years later, the Panama Canal remains a critical lifeline for global trade. It was expanded in 2016 to accommodate even larger ships, solidifying its role as one of the most important shipping lanes in the world. The story of the Panama Canal is not just about engineering. It's a story about vision, perseverance, and the desire to connect the world. The canal continues to serve as a testament to human ambition and ingenuity. From the daring dreamers of the 16th century to the engineers of the 20th century, the Panama Canal has always been a symbol of what humans can achieve when they push the limits of what's possible. As ships continue to pass through this marvel of engineering, they carry with them the legacy of those who toiled and sacrificed to connect two oceans. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another fascinating story from the past.